Welcome back to the FAB-Racing British Mini Bikes Championship. Earlier, before racing got underway, I spoke to the MD of Cool Motor Racing, Crispin Vittoria. Crispin, can you believe we're halfway through the season? We're at a new track this weekend, Tattershall. What was the reasoning behind that this year?
Well, we're always trying to find the best tracks we possibly can, and we also need much bigger paddocks now because our numbers are going up and up, which is fantastic. And I think it's great for the kids to learn new skills and new tracks. It can't be always about going back to the same one. So it's for all of them pretty much. It's a new track. They've never raced on it before, so it's learning that new track is a really important skill they've got to pick up if they want to go on to be professional racers.
And of course, we are talking to new tracks. We are going to the most beautiful karting circuit in the world, no doubt. It is a fantastic track up there in North Wales at Glanigorse Park, isn't it? There for the first time this year.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You introduced me to it. Actually, it's a beautiful spot. Really nice. Yeah. So if we get the weather. When I came to look around it with you, it was a beautiful sunny day. Let's hope it stays like that. But yeah, it's a great spot and great for spectators as well. But Tattershall here, we give them a shout out as well. Tattershall karting it's a fantastic track, really great for spectators. You can see pretty much the whole track from the sidelines there, and and the kids are really enjoying racing here as well.
Yeah, there's no doubt. We've had a look at it before, and very easy to film here, so looking forward to it. And some new things on this weekend with the sponsors. Just tell us what's happening there.
Yeah, Cool Milk, our main sponsor, put on a Balance and Bounce Festival, which is about bringing in more young kids from the local area. So we've invited 50 schools to come along, and it's bouncy castles and activities that are going to test your balance and get a bit of bounce and exercise going. Kind of some of the core skills that you use on a bike. It's introducing, well, they'll come down to that, and hopefully they'll see what we're doing with the motorbikes and want to get involved in that too. So it's about spreading the word, spreading the message, and also Cool Milk wants to do something for their schools that they provide the milk to.
Let's crack on with Mini GP50 now. Casey O'Gorman on the front of the grid alongside Evan Belford, with Corey Stainer and Bailey Stewart-Campbell on the second row. Holly Harris up in P5 alongside Thomas Gomez. Then it's Finn Smart and Sean Abel, while rounding out the top 10 is Jaden Toomer and Sandy Horn. Then it's Dylan Mellor alongside Elliot Crosby, with Karis Jones, Mason Johnson and Ben Smith rounding out the grid. We hear there are problems for Mason Johnson. He is not going to be taking up 14th position on the grid. Now, we're not sure what that's for. Potentially a mechanical issue there, sadly, for Mason. And that means that we're only going to start with 14 riders, Alan.
Get ready for the Casey O'Gorman show, Jake. He is undefeated in Mini GP50 this year. I'm going to have a chat with Roger Keys, the championship organiser, to see if anybody in the history of the Cool FAB-Racing or FAB-Racing championship as it was has ever gone undefeated for a whole season in every single race. I'm not sure, but Casey O'Gorman, as you can see, is away with the fairies already.
Well, Corey Stainer, look, has made the move into second position. Good start there from Stainer, as he's already got the jump on Evan Belford. Now, Belford is going to want to get that position back quickly if he wants to get anywhere near close to Casey O'Gorman, who has already stormed ahead. Look at that. He's already half a straight in the shorter sections of the circuit, away from the rest of the field. Here comes Belford. He's going to make a lunge now on Stainer, is he? He has a look to the left, but there's not enough space. Maybe he can get him on the undercut. Look at that. He squeezes him out. Beautiful move from Belford. Up into P2.
Fantastic. Belford through to second, but Corey's going to have none of that. Here's a look at the bikes going through turn 3.
Great slow motion shots. We saw, of course, Stainer was in front of Belford behind Casey O'Gorman. He's not now. Bailey Stewart-Campbell fourth from Harris, Gomez, Smart, Abel, Jaden Toomer, Horn, then Dylan Mellor, Elliot Crosby, Karis Jones. Fantastic field in GP50 in 2017, and it just keeps getting better. Corey Stainer running in third position, coming under attack now from Bailey Stewart-Campbell, who is really starting to put the pressure cooker on him now as they go through the right-hander. Good battles further back. That's Thomas Gomez, having got one on Holly Harris.
Yeah, Gomez came round as Holly Harris ran a little bit wide out of hairpin 2, just gave Gomez the spot down the inside. Holly Harris, though, Jake, for me, is the most improved rider in this class this season. It may be Casey O'Gorman who's the fastest, but Holly has made such an improvement this year. She's about to come under pressure, though. She's down there in 6th place at the moment. She'll be looking for a top 5. Can she make the top 5 caption at the end of the race? Let's see.
Well, I absolutely agree with you. Considering where Holly Harris was last year, there is the update. Mason Johnson out of the race, I'm afraid to say. We did say pre-race there were some problems for Mason Johnson. Ben Smith is out now as well. That is a real disaster. In fact, there is the yellow flag for Ben Smith's bike. He's just off at the hairpin. Actually, you can just about make him out. The marshal's going to him. But yes, as we were talking about with Holly Harris, last year she was knocking on the door of top 10 and her lap times were getting better all the time. But there she is in P6, battling for the top end of the grid on merit, with supremacy and confidence. And it's great to see how much she's gained.
Yeah, it's amazing how one rider can improve over the course of a year. Now, I did speak to Roger Keys. He has told me that they've never had, that's Mason Johnson, he's out on the 808 bike, Ben Smith's out as well. They've never had a girl win, so much as win a race at the Cool Fab Series, never won a championship. I'm thinking maybe 2019 could be Holly Harris's year if she stays in this class.
There's Bailey Stewart-Campbell. Bailey
Yeah.
Stewart-Campbell makes the move there on Corey Stainer, and it almost looked like Corey didn't even expect him to be on the inside line there. But you're absolutely right in Holly Harris's progress. The way she's going, she could end up as another Jenny Tinmouth. She is an absolute superstar, Holly Harris, in the making. But yeah, Bailey Stewart-Campbell making a good solid move there on Corey Stainer. Once again, the pictures from the drone picking up all of the best action around this Tattershall circuit. But here comes Stainer. He's going to have another go. Bailey Stewart-Campbell's not going to be able to hold him to the inside line. And Corey Stainer's made mincemeat of him on the apex.
Yeah, straight through down the inside. Looks like he, again, may have slightly different gearing on the bike, may have geared it for the straight. Stewart-Campbell could be quicker here on the infield. He may set him up for hairpin 2 again. This is where he did him last time. Casey Gorman is just set 48.6. That's faster than his time qualifying time for his pole position. He is on a planet all of his own, isn't he? That's Gomez coming under pressure now from Holly Harris. So not only has she got the pace, she is looking like she could get through to 5th place here.
Yeah, she's giving a lot of intimidation to Gomez, which is really good. She needs to be in a position of strength here. At the moment, basically, Gomez can do all the hard work, running out in front in this battle. So Harris can just give him pressure and basically force him to make the mistake as they go down to the braking zone into the hairpin. Nice tight wide line on the exit as they come out again. Up through to the double left kink. And then down to the short stretch. Here is Holly Harris putting pressure once again on Gomez. She's dropping back a little bit, but that is actually not too bad a strategy because she gives herself more of a chance to come at him from further back. She can time it right and catch him unawares. They can lull him into a false sense of security. But you make a good point there, actually, Alan, about the way that these bikes are set up. Some choosing the gearing to go for the corners, some choosing to go for the straights. It's interesting because some riders will feel more confident in various different parts of the circuit, and those who are not expecting someone like Holly Harris pushing a little bit too far there to be able to gain an advantage as a result of it. It's interesting how these riders are choosing their strategies today.
Yeah, she's going to have good advice at home, of course. Her brother is Fraser Rogers, and it will be interesting to see how much of an influence Fraser has on Holly's career over the next few seasons. But you can see the way she's riding the bike, it's a different style from last year. She was very hesitant through the corners. This year she's definitely getting her knee down as Bailey Stewart-Campbell has another look but can't quite get it done. That's where he got Corey Stainer last time. And looks like Corey again very tentative through the slower corners.
Well, yes, and that almost caught Bailey Stewart-Campbell out. He was second guessing where he was going to try and go for the overtake and where he was going to get the braking. Now, Gomez is actually catching the pair of them as a result of that. They've got some traffic to deal with. Stainer's going to need to make quick work of this. He goes the long way round. That was a big wobble, but Bailey Stewart-Campbell's done even worse a job. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. This is a great bit of news for Tom Gomez, but he gets held up now and goes to the outside to try and make the move past the back marker. Now that has definitely cost him a few bike lengths, so he's going to have to try and push on. Those three separating a little bit, and they're running out of time to make this count.
Sean Abel it was on the Tyco BMW machine that they were passing, and interesting to see how Sean develops over the next 12 months because his brother Jay is right on it in Mini GP50, as we'll see later. He has really picked up the pace, Jay Abel, and I'm expecting Sean Abel to do the same. Still new to the bike, of course, so still getting used to it, but that association with Tyco BMW should pay dividends. Here we go, Corey Stainer again with Bailey Stewart-Campbell applying the pressure. There's Gomez. Holly's fallen back about 12 to 15 bike lengths. Got a bit of work to do.
Amazing that the third place battle in this race is where the action is. We've completely lost sight of Casey O'Gorman and Evan Belford out in front. They have disappeared and they are looking set for first and second without too many issues. Meanwhile, third position is absolutely on it. This is a grandstand show we're being given by these three riders, and potentially it could be four if they continue to hold each other at bay. And that's a big mistake from Bailey Stewart-Campbell. He locks up under braking. That's Belford! Is that Belford? That is! It's the 52 of Evan Belford from second position! Belford has lost it! Somewhere in the bike has gone wrong, so the mechanical problems for Evan Belford, and that means this is now a battle for second position. There are 2 places on the podium up for grabs.
Yeah, second, third and fourth, so it's Stainer in second, Bailey Stewart-Campbell in third. Gomez now looking at a podium, he's there in fourth place, and Holly Harris is going to make the caption if she just stays there for fifth place at the end.
4
of
riders
this
who have
race.
just suddenly had a bit of a wake-up call. They know that there's 2 podium positions up for grabs now, not 1, and so Bailey Stewart-Campbell wants the second place trophy. Corey Stainer is under so much pressure to hang on to this, and Gomez has now suddenly realised, hang on a minute, I could walk away with a pot. This is absolutely brilliant.
Bailey Stewart-Campbell is definitely quicker through these slower corners. Look at this. Now, will he look up the inside? No, he didn't get the drive out that hairpin. Into hairpin 2. Can he get the run? There's a back marker in the way. Could help him out.
Oh, he's alongside.
Oh, side by side.
Oh, that's so close to contact, but he has to try and tuck back for the undercut. Here he comes. He just doesn't have the process on the throttle. That was so close. Maybe on the next lap. Maybe he might be able to get that one done. He is really working on to Corey Stainer now. He is having to work so hard to get one over on him, but what a devastating end to the race for Evan Belford in second position. We've barely seen him because unlike these guys, he has been able to open up the tabs and pull out a gap. Not quite as big as Casey O'Gorman's mind, but enough to secure second until the bike screamed enough is enough. And now it's left these two battling over who's going to be on either side of Casey O'Gorman.
Yeah, Thomas Gomez, I think, was held up by the bike that they were overtaking through the penultimate turn last time round, but he's getting that much closer. He's the fastest of these 3 riders, Jake, quite clearly.
Yeah.
Thomas Gomez has got the pace, but can he get by?
Well, the difficulty is that once Corey Stainer plants himself on the inside apex, he's able to get on the throttle a little bit earlier than Bailey Stewart-Campbell out of that penultimate corner as we've got 2 to go. Now, this has got to be a make or break situation for Bailey Stewart-Campbell, but he can't afford to rush it, because if he does, Thomas Gomez is right underneath him now to try and steal the place away. He's got to be incredibly careful. Now, meanwhile, we've got this battle further back. That's Sandy Horn trying to keep abreast of things in front of Dylan Mellor and Elliot Crosby. Great little tussle between these 3 bikes as there's battles everywhere. You look, Bailey Stewart-Campbell has a go. He's had to back out of it as into the final lap, would you believe, goes Casey O'Gorman. That's how far ahead he is, but that moment of hesitation for Bailey Stewart-Campbell is now making him cannon fodder for Thomas Gomez, but Gomez has to take advantage of this now.
Yeah, he won't be sure that how close Gomez is to him. He's just looking forward and thinking, I want that second spot. What a great race this is. Stainer's been he's another rider who's improved so much after the last 12 months. Look at that hump in the track as we go into the last lap. Stainer has improved so much, but so clearly has Bailey Stewart-Campbell. Thomas Gomez is impressing as well, and of course the rider of the season for me so far, Holly Harris. But here comes the race leader through the back markers into the final turn, and it is Casey O'Gorman who devastates the field once more.
Victory sweet again for Casey O'Gorman. It's just like having breakfast, isn't it? You do it every morning. Oh, up the inside, Bailey Stewart-Campbell tries. He's got to have one more look at it if he can, but I think he's wasted his chance. That was just a little bit too eager, and he had to bail out of the move. He's not going to be close enough to get the move done on Corey Stainer this time. He might try one final lunge out of the corner, but Corey Stainer is so strong on the straight. He's going to have this. Second for Stainer, third for Bailey Stewart-Campbell, fourth position for Thomas Gomez, almost on the podium, and Holly Harris, 5th position. She'll be delighted with that. Absolutely incredible. Behind them, it is Vince Smart who comes home in 6th position ahead of Jaden Toomer, the only other rider, by the way, on the lead lap. That's how strong Casey O'Gorman's been today. Sean Abel is 8th, 9th position for Sandy Horn, and 10th place goes the way of Dylan Mellor. But there is Casey O'Gorman. It's like breakfast. Every day you eat it, every day you win a race in Mini GP50.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Jake. However, He went on to win the 2 races on the Sunday as well. He is undefeated this year. Can he go the whole season?